really good at driving a car, because I'm really good at playing Formula One. And I'm like, that's got nothing to do with actually driving a car. Like, unless you take driving lessons and then have a lot of practice, that is what's going to make you a good driver. It's not playing the game. And so sometimes, I feel like with, when you rely too much on post production, it's a little bit like that because you're sort of,
That's a good point.
you're relying on playing the game rather than actually being good at the thing in the first place, you know?
Mhm.
Um,
I never thought of it that way, but that's a really good way to put it. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so it took a while.
And some people love people who love post-processing are not gonna be street photographer person. We're we're we wanna be out there, we wanna take pictures, we wanna get them right, so we don't spend time wasting time in front of a computer. It's really not the type of usually the type of photographers who are gonna spend any amount of time in post-processing, but there are people who prefer post-processing to being in the field. I'm pretty sure, like, doing magic in front of a computer. That's fine. It's just not it's just not really photography at that point. If there's nothing left of the original photograph in the finished image, then it's almost like AI. It's just not it's a form of art, but it's just not photography. But to each his own. If they when it comes down to it, they're the only people they need to please with their work, and so if that makes them happy and they like the result, and, who cares?
Started with street photography to now.
Um, well, I don't know, I never followed trends, but there are trends in street photography, there you can see them on social media. People start shooting what they think is gonna bring the likes because they see people shoot, very minimalist silhouettes, very deep shadows, and so they start trying to shoot that because they see those pictures are popular. So there are trends. And I never follow trends because that bores me. I follow my mood. And when you look at my work, or if I look at my work from a few months ago, a few years ago, I know exactly how I was feeling emotionally at the moment I shot a specific frame. That's why I call the emotional metadata, which to me is in every picture. No, I just follow my mood of the day, and I never go out with a plan. I let the street surprise me, and I like it that way. Other people need an assignment or a self assignment. That's fine as long as it gets them out there. Depends where you are in your photography journey as well. If the moment you don't care what people think of your work is really the moment that you will become a better photographer. I can guarantee that. Too many people shoot for the likes, and that's easy to. We have fragile egos as artists, and it's easy to fall for that. But really, you again, especially for street photography or landscape photography, whatever it is, chances are you're not shooting for a client at that moment, right? You're shooting for yourself. So you're really the only person you need to please. And that's really important.
So what's your, because you mentioned assignments earlier,
Hmm.
which I generally think assignments are a really good idea for a number of
Hmm.
reasons. But what do you do when you sort of hit a wall, or when you feel like you're creatively you're stuck in a rut? What is the thing that you do that gets you out of that?
I just go out with my camera. I'm for me, it's really more about the journey than the photograph. So I'm happy being out there with my camera, even if I don't take a picture. As long as I have my camera and I see and appreciate the beauty of everyday life.
Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed that clip, then press here for the full episode in glorious Technicolor. Hey, and don't forget to subscribe.